just to touch on quickly, since you brought it up, what was losing your mom like for you personally? What was your grief journey?
It was because it was so shocking. Like, we didn't know. Like, I hugged my mom at the airport. She went back to Alabama. She got COVID. My brother calls me one day and he goes, Mom seems really sick. Should I take her to the hospital? I was like, put her in the car right now. Take her to the hospital. This is serious. Takes her to the hospital. And the whole time, I'm like, my mom for sure is going to be okay. For sure. I don't know why. I never thought about losing my mom before, never really let that sink in that one day I'll be here without her. Like, I never let that sink in. So it was just like a blip, and they were like, it's over. Like, it's done. She's not going to make it. And I remember I flew back to Alabama immediately, and I wasn't there during that time because if you remember, the hospitals didn't allow people in. You couldn't go in. So what would I have been doing there, And I had my niece out here. My sister was in prison. So I was in California, and as soon as they told me that, I got on a plane and I just went there. And I hated going there, but I just went there. And the hospital literally snuck me in to look at my mom through the window with her literally last breath, just so I could just see her one more time. And they were not supposed to do that because she was like in the ICU and COVID was happening. She literally has active COVID and people are dying, and they did that for me. It was a small southern hospital, mind you, so they could get away with stuff like that. And like the last time I saw my mom was like dying in a hospital bed through the glass. I couldn't even touch her one more time, And that, you think that cancellation's hard, but it was like cake compared to losing my mom. I would be canceled every day of the week and go through that rather than losing my mom. I remember the feeling of it settling in that I'm really never going to hear a voice or see her ever again or hug her or touch her. Or that's like a pill I still don't think I fully have swallowed, and it's been 3 years, because losing a core person in your life, like one of the core people, and like if my mom was like 85 and had lived out her days and it was old age and it was time, I think I could absorb it a little bit better, because I think at that point you start to think about life without your parent. But I just hadn't, so I was so unprepared for that, like so unprepared. So I think everybody handles grief differently. I think I was kind of angry for a little bit because I was like, fuck, like life has been so hard growing up, and like I made it out, and then it got so hard again. It was so hard with my niece, and now you're going to make it hard again? Like, give me a break. Like, let off the gas, God, please.
Yeah.
And I still have, like, I can never talk about my mom without crying. There are a few moments I can laugh about. She was the funniest person in the world. It's fully where I get my personality. Yes, I just call myself funny. She was like the funniest. Like, she was a star. This woman, she didn't live the life she did. She would have been a star. She was such a star. So I can talk about like that about her, but like anything else about her love or anything, it's still like, I just have so much to unpack there. Like, I haven't fully grieved it. I grieve it every day, every Sunday, or on the weekend I go to the beach and I go running, which is like a mental health thing for me. And I just cry the whole time every weekend. I just run with tears running down my face. And I know people were at the beach like, damn, what is she going through? I'm like, sorry, my mom died 3 years ago. And like, I'll listen to her favorite songs, and I don't know, it's like so hard for me to say like what's grieving her like, because everybody does it differently, and if there's a wrong way to do it, I've definitely done it the wrong way for sure. I don't know if there's a right way to do it. It hurts so bad. It just hurts so bad. And I have people write me all the time, because I had to tell people, my mom's gone. And then it's so sad because people will write me because they'll lose someone in their core, like their mother, their father, someone they love so much. And they're like, I'm in so much pain, Laura. What do I do? And I'm like, God, I know, but I don't know what to tell you what to do is the problem. Like, there's no answer. And I will say, like, as your life goes on, it goes on without that person. You have no choice. And like, time does heal everything to an extent. But like, the loss of my mom was like, it just seems like the wound that will never close, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just don't know the answers. I definitely, I try to grieve it and like feel it though, because I feel like that's what I should do. Feel it, let it hurt, you know? It hurts.
Yeah.
I think that's so important to do, to feel things, because so often than not we're like, no, like I'm fine, like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be okay, I'm gonna get through it, like let's just push it aside, push it down, not think about it. But that only just makes the situation so much worse.
It builds. It's like a big bubble. You know what I mean? So I think one day I won't have to cry about it as much, though. I really do. I think there's a day there because I'm way better today than I was 3 years ago when it happened, you know? So that gives me a little hindsight of like, okay, well, maybe in like 6 years, like I'll be even better. You know what I mean? From it. I think it was just like the abruptness of it and the lack of preparation of losing your mom that like hit me like a freight train. I thought drama online was bad. I mean, it's just like the perspective when you lose someone like that, you're just like, whoa, that was nothing. Like this is everything, my world, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like with how much you do feel it, just almost shines a light on how special of a person your mom was, and truly just like your love for her and her support for you and just how amazing she was. I feel like just further proves that.
Yeah, and I mean, I've thought this entire conversation and last week's conversation, but like her light lives so much through you. Even when she was alive, I see so many similarities. You didn't just get like the funny side of your mom. You got your mom's heart, and you can see that from way back when your mom wanted the best for you. 100%. When she saw what life you would have been living if you stayed in Alabama.
Yeah.
And she was like, get out of here.
Yeah.
She put you above her, and she was like, you can do this. You can live a better life. Go do it. You literally, you did that same thing with Aaron. You became your mom. Yeah. And you were like, Mom did it for me. I'm going to pass it down, and I'm not going to let the same thing happen to Aaron, what would have happened to me. Yep. So it's just amazing to see how much you know, learned from your mom, took this beautiful light from your mom, and implemented it into your life, and has, you know, saved Aaron's life, and now, you know, cut to, which we, you know, can wrap up with, but your sister, I mean, her life was saved. Even today, moving forward, your mom's light is still shining through you, and it's such a beautiful thing.
That's so nice of you to say, and I appreciate you bringing that up, because I think everything that I do, and like my mom, every time I even get nervous doing something or it's something bigger, an opportunity or everything I do, I literally do it because my mom would have been like, come on, you're a fucking badass. Like, get out there and do it. And like, I'm like, Mom, you don't even get to see half the shit I've done. I've did so much more after you died. Like, I'm like, damn, if only you saw this, Mom, like you would be fucking screaming for me right now. So I feel like, not that I live for my past mother, but like it definitely lights a fire in me because I know she, biggest fan, always rooting for me no matter what it took from her. And I want to make her proud. I want to make her proud of me. And she was proud of me. She'd be proud of me if I was the biggest loser on this earth. My mom would put me up on a pedestal and been the most proud of me ever because that's just how she was. She was like the epitome of love. So again, losing that makes it really hard when you have someone that special and amazing in your life.